Reggae interviews. Word sound power.
This is DJ745 for Reggae Interviews here. Besides a very accomplished singer, songwriter, drummer and music producer, we are here in Germany. He is on the road. I want to give a warm welcome to Mr. Glen Washington.
I thank you for having me here, and it's indeed a pleasure to be here.
Well, I know that we've been working on this for quite a few months, and I really do give thanks that we've managed to have our diaries aligning to be able to hold this reasoning, because it's been a long time coming.
Yes, I was looking forward to this, and I'm glad it materialized. I'm really looking forward, and I know the fans will fully enjoy what they hear.
Absolutely. Now, it's more than 45 years since your debut release. You are still here, you're still active, making positive, clean music.
Yeah, I noticed you're right on the button with the time and everything. But that's just how it's supposed to be. People that make music are supposed to make music that edify, uplift, and you know, and make people feel good.
Yeah. I mean, this year here in 2023, we've had a couple of projects that have been released. At the start of this year, there was an album called Mr. Washington.
Yes.
That was on Love Injection, kind of more of a lovers rock kind of vibe, produced by Clive Hunt, I believe.
Yeah, lovers rock, but we still have to give the message. So there's some messages right there.
Yep.
Yeah, like Rastafari taught me. And a whole bunch of different songs, you know, that people can relate to.
Yeah.
And then lately we have an 8-song EP called Jah Children.
That's with Zion Kings.
I am very enthused about making sure that song go out to the people, you know, because there's some messages right there. No Limit, one of my favorite on the album. There's no limit to your love. Come to tell of His glory, yeah. There's no limit to your love. I could write you a story, and so on and so forth, you know.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit story.
Let's talk a bit about the story about the Mr. Washington album. Where was that recorded? Was that recorded in Jamaica or
in Jamaica?
In Jamaica, yeah. And was that done over the last sort of year or 24 months?
That was recorded right after. Actually, some of it was recorded before the pandemic started.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and then we continued into 2021 and 22, and they decided to release it in the early part.
In the early parts.
23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I really love that album. Songs like "Feeling of Love," "Love Is Good to Go," some really beautiful rhythms. And
"Love Is Good to Go" is a song that I wrote long time ago on that evening news read.
Yep.
You know, because the rhythm is especially for a song called Evening News, but I hear a different vibe on it.
Yes.
Here we are with the lights down low, we're singing songs from long ago. We've got the groove and love is good to go. I'm kind of vibe, you know, I know people will love
that. Yeah. And then there's another song on that album that I really am a big fan of, and it's the horns that really make it for me. A song called Peaceful Peace.
Perfect Peace.
Perfect Peace.
Wars will be over when justice comes over and shine. Come shine. Children are growing, creating a brand new design. It's time. We pray for peace and love, and we hope it will last forever. As sure as stars above, our joys will come bubbling over. None can defeat or escape the judgment this time. This time, people now breaking across the poverty line. It's time. There's got to be a change from the selfish indulgence we harbor. We've got to rearrange while the blessings of love takes over. Peace. Perfect peace. You know, that song is taken back from, kind of take me back to, you remember the song? The same rhythm, but a lot of people don't know that the original song, and that was took a walk and passed your house. Late, bum bum bum, same beat.
Same beats.
Yeah. But you have to be an old schooler to really know them.
to know those things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that things that have been happening in the world over, well, for years and years, but recently in Ukraine, that song Perfect Peace just to me has come at the right time.
Yeah, we need people. We need to love each other. We need to show each other compassion, and the world will be a better place. I might sound naive when it comes to that, like I'm not really knowing what's going on, but I still have to send out that message because we need that message.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that there's still a lot of people in the world that still need educating. So your music, your songs are a timely reminder of, you know, what we all need to be striving towards. The
Almighty intended for all of us to live together and love one another.
Right.
That's what it's supposed. That's how it's supposed to be. We are all one people.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I believe that.
No, very, very true. Now, the other project that you mentioned just a few minutes ago was the EP, Jah Children, for the Zion Kings. Now, that was that's been released in almost like a showcase style with the vocals and the dub. So it's kind of like giving me a very much like an old school vibe.
I really full enjoy that, and well, they say enjoy. I really full enjoy recording that. I had fun recording that with I can't even remember.
So those people like Roberto Sanchez, Styles Scott that built some of the rhythms.
Sanchez, awesome musician. He plays everything. Wicked drummer. You know, I play drums.
Yes.
I know what I'm talking about. And I would love to actually work with him one at a time live on stage.
On stage.
Yeah. I would love to do that.
Yeah. The rhythms that they built though, they really fit your vocal style and delivery so well.
Zionites. From Zionites production. Jadi is a very close friend of mine, my brethren.
Yes.
Like my brother from another mother, and we work well together. Anything we decide to put our hand on, it always come out good.
Come on, good. Yeah. I mean, some of the songs that you've already mentioned, I mean, there's Power Hungry People.
Power Hungry People, trying to fight the youths down. Power hungry people, their intentions are not sound. Messages for people to listen to and learn from. Serious things.
Yeah. And then obviously you've got the title track, Jah Children.
Jah Children.
Good Old Days.
Good Old Days.
This is a song that you've already had a song previously called Good Old Days, which is
There's
different.
A green hill not so far away, where as children we would play every day. The hook said, take me back to the good old days. That's where I love to spend my days. Them songs, that's what people want to hear. People want to hear songs of peace, love, and enjoyment. You don't want to hear about shoot that one and kill that one and do this and do that, and you don't need derogatories like talk about what you do in the bedroom. That's not what people should be hearing. I'm embarrassed when I hear some of them songs. Yeah, man.
I mean, you've worked with Zion Kings before, so you previously, I think it was around about 10 years ago, you had an album with them as well, didn't you? This album called Masterpiece.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Zion did Zion.
So it seems like you've had
that one was nominated for Grammy. We got a nomination, but even though I didn't get the Grammy, it makes me feel good to know that they considered me.
Yes.
Twice. We got an album called Wanna Be Loved. With Joe Fraser record that was nominated for Grammy.
Yeah.
I hope one of these fine days they decide to do me the honor, because I hear some people come with some songs that nominated and get a Grammy. I'm saying, what's going on? What's the matter with mine? But I don't feel no way. I'm happy for everyone.
True.
Yeah.
Now, I like to sometimes dig a little bit deeper just to try and get some of the backstory as well. Now, we mentioned at the start that it was 45 years ago when there was this one-away single that was released by Joe Gibbs, a song called Rockers Na Crackers.
Joe Gibbs. Yeah, I was a youth. Oh my God, long time ago. When they came, I was at the studio because after my very first song was a song called Susie that I recorded from. I entered into a talent competition as a youth, just coming out of school, and my friends egged me on and said, "Hey, they're having a talent competition down this road. Why don't you enter?" I'm like, "Well, what? I'm shy." But my friends, I got some good friends, man. Earl Christian and his brother George. Them guys was the first people that actually pushed me out on this, literally pushed me out on the stage Go on, go sing, boy. And I'm like, we have a little concert and I'm supposed to go sing. And then when my time comes to sing, because my friends were there when the rehearsal and everything.
Yeah.
But the show night come and I look out there and I see people that I know and then I say, nah, I ain't going down and my feet start, my legs start shaking like, nah. I'm not gonna go out there so people can laugh at me. And then hold me and twist my arm behind me and push me out on the stage and I had to play it off like I run out. I didn't run out, I stumbled out. So they said, well, I went up to the microphone, I tried to hold the mic and my hands started trembling.
Sure.
So there was this song that I think it was a Harold Dunkley song as a youth man. One of them big old Sennheiser microphone that stays on the stand.
Yes.
And I went up to it and I put my hand in my pocket. And I said, you may not be a movie star. The crowd go, Rah! I was like, oh, okay, they like it.
They like it.
Yeah. So I felt comfortable from then until now. I never turned back.
No.
So I entered the talent competition, and part of the prize was to get my song recorded. So this song called Susie ran away from home. No, I must tell you this. The bass player in the band, the Names and Faces band, then he took me aside and told me, you know that if you write your own song, you get more points. I'm like, oh, I'm on to something here. Because I write poetry and I thought it was similar, the same thing. All you have to do is just make up a story and be real about it.
Yeah.
Act like it's real.
Real.
It's just similar to acting. So I wrote a song. Susie ran away from home when she was only 16. And everywhere she roamed, oh, youth man, you could hear my little youth man voice. People would say, Susie, settle down. But she likes to be free. She has always been the nicest thing to me. Susie's on a cloud in the sky. People love that song. I was like, oh, okay, I'm on to something here.
Yeah.
So I decided to start, from then on, I decided to start writing my own song. I sing cover songs that I really, really like. Like a song like a Danny Hathaway song, You Were Meant For Me, them songs. I sing some of them, If Loving You Is Wrong, them songs and Consider Me.
Yes.
You know, I'm straight from the part, I just have to let you know this. Consider Me was a song that I was over by Heavy Beat Studio one time and they was running off a track that Kashif Lindo did a song, The First Cut is the Deep. That rhythm, Rougher Yet rhythm. I was passing by the console room and I didn't know they was listening to me. And I was passing and I hear this song on that rhythm. I know you're trying to be a beat. I found myself singing that on the beat. And then Lloyd Campbell said, yo, come here. That song that you were singing just now, sing it again. He had a good ear. He said, sing it again. And I said, what song? He said, one of you just sing a little while, man. I'm going to say, oh, Consider Me, because it fit on the rhythm. I know you're trying to be a big girl and keep the tears from your eyes. But oh, it's going to be an art to lift your head up high. Him said, go and make a record.
That's sometimes how the best songs come out, though.
Yeah, man.
Spur of the moment.
Spur of the moment. I went inside and recorded a song and did real good.
Real good. Yeah. Going back to that talent contest. So, growing up, home was Clarendon, which I think is one of the parishes in Jamaica where my town is Maypen.
In the parish of Clarendon.
Yeah. So Clarendon is where we've got so many great singers, so many great voices.
I noticed that.
It must be something in the water, right?
I don't know. You got Coco T, Clarendonians, Freddie McGregor. All of these people come from Clarendon.
Yep.
Yeah. Toots from Toots and the Maytals. I remember when Toots used to him and his two partners, Raleigh and Jerry. They used to sing in bars. They walk around with a little guitar, play, and they used to sing in bars.
Wow.
That was awesome, man. I growing up as a youth, I used to idolize them people. Ken Boone, the tones. I grew up with them people around me.
Around you, yeah.
Yeah, man, John Holt. I remember first time I saw John Holt, I was scared to talk to him because well dressed and look like you can approach him and them kind of,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So this,
I come a long way.
You've come a long way.
I come a long way. Because I became a drummer. A lot of them guys that I used to play drums for, we are on the same shows now. Some of them are my opening act. What happened is that I grew up around this guy, Joseph Hill.
From Culture.
From Culture, he was the lead singer. We call him Lydie. Joseph was the drummer with this band that I was the lead singer with. I was the lead singer with this band and Joseph was the drummer. So I had a habit of every time the drummer get up, I run to sit on the drum stool. Yeah, I didn't know how to play drums, but I love it. So one day he said to me, I notice every time I turn my back head up on my stool. They said, you like drums? And I said, yeah man, I love to play it. And I said, okay, start teaching me some rudiments and different stuff. And I started getting better with it. Then he left the band. I'm the singer, he left the band, so guess what now? I have to go pull up, that time they didn't have any, what do you call it, boom stand. They had the gooseneck, you know, they twist it around. We had a whole bunch of little gigs to play and no drummer. So I had to decide what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna sit down and try to play the drums and sing. It wasn't easy at first, but it became easy after a while. So I started playing the drums and I was known as a singing drummer for a while, and so I started passing different groups, different bands. I played with I played for this group called wow, I have to remember them names.
names
C35 Incorporated was the first band I was a lead singer with, and then I ended up playing with them. Then I played Stepping Stones, a band that used to back Culture back in the days. When he left, every time he leave a band, he come and get me and they take me there. Because he left my band and I was a drummer. Then I left and he went to Spanish Town playing with a band at the Fountain Club. Then he left that band to go form Culture. And he came and got me and put me in that band. So I'm the drummer singer with that band. Then I moved from there, I went to Kingston in an arbitrary with this band called the Titans. We used to play at the club called Bohemia Club.
Yes.
I played for almost all of them, all of the artists. Many of them died and a lot of them still alive that I played for. Because I hear Big Youth and I hear Junior Reid. He used to be my drummer, you know. Yeah. Ken Boone said that to me. He used to be my drummer, you know. Yeah. I say, yeah, that was then. This is now.
This is now.
Time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And I think you also played on the first Culture album.
The first album that Culture did called Africa Standalone. I played all of them tracks. We went there and saw the Roots Radix getting ready to play. And the producer said, maybe you them from country play, man. It seemed like they was having a hard time because Fish Clark was the drummer at the time. They was having a hard time getting it together. But we was hot. So they said, let's do them from country play. We get inside them. Boop, 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 the whole album done. Yeah, man. Down in Jamaica, all of them tune and me create all them style. All the while. That's how come I got so close to Sly Dunbar, because he really loved what I did. He was back then time I used to have 2 pair of drumsticks in my back pocket. Never had no stush drumstick bag and all them things. Sly Dunbar came abroad on tour and he was the one, bless his soul, he was the one that bought me one nice big bag full of brand new drumsticks. Yeah, man. Sly Dunbar. Yeah, man. And playing drums and singing. Left from one day I was in the club, Bohemia Club, setting up my drums and then turning them up the syndromes and the rototoms. I had a period that setting up some pre-programmed presets and getting ready to for the show this Sunday night. And somebody came and told me, this guy want to talk to you, he's outside. So when I went outside, it was a guy named Garth Bright from Ocho. He was with this band called Happiness Unlimited. Yeah, and he said, you know what, I hear that you can play drum, we need a drummer, you know. I thought he needed a drummer just for the weekend. So in tell me, I went down to Ocho-Rios with him, and we were at the rehearsal, and then after Sunday night when I was supposed to go back home, I was supposed to go back up to my club, go play. He said, "Where you go?" I said, "I'm going home." He said, "No man, you can't go home." I mean, back them time, you said, "Come road boy," and I said, "What do you mean you can't go? What you chat about?" He said, "No, that's not what I mean. I mean, we want you to be the drummer in the band." I'm like, "Whoa, how come you never told me that?" And I said, so where am I going to live? He said, "No man, we have that covered. They have their own apartment, maid service, all of that good stuff, and get some decent money." I'm like, "Oh, this is good." Decided to take the job.
So you must have been what, in your late teens, early 20s back then?
No, man, we have early 20s.
Early 20s.
About 2021.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So that must have been quite a big career progression for you.
Yeah,
from
man, that was good because
the talent contest.
Yeah, you know what? We was getting paid, but getting paid, not really getting paid. When they offered me this job, I was getting paid. Right. I could go to the bank every week and never have to spend $1 because I had all kind of preferences, a lot of stuff started to happen. Now, one time I was there while we were on stage one night. The Saturday evening we met these two ladies, Stephanie Andrews and her sister Bonnie. That's one of Stevie Wonder's people that work with him. And they was on the beach, and this woman come up to me and say, "Oh, we're Stevie Wonder's liaison or something like that." And I said, "We're looking for a place for him to have his vacation." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, some people say, yeah, right." But the Saturday night, no. We was on stage playing for this guy, and I saw her. As a matter of fact, there was a table right extremely in front of the stage that says reserve. And I saw her walking, leading Stevie Wonder right across in front of the stage, and cameras start.
Wow. This
guy's show was spoiled because everybody started screaming and cameras and all that stuff. And Stevie Wonder in the place. So they sat him down, and he was there shaking his head and doing his stuff. He was there for 2 weeks, and every night he would be on stage with us. Came on jam with us, and he really loved what he heard. And I didn't even get to that part yet. One night we was on stage working, when I just started playing with the band. We was on stage working, and I don't know who tell the guy, that sound guy, to set a microphone, put a microphone up in front of him over the drum set. Because drum set was huge drum set, lots of drums and stuff. So he set up a microphone, and we was jamming, and the vibe feel good, you go get into it. So I pulled the mic over and bust a big tune, and everybody turned around, "Damn, you can sing!"
Wow. Yeah,
they found that I could sing. So from then on, I ended up recording the song, "We've Got to Make It Anyway" with the band. And then that's how Stevie Wonder heard us. He heard me singing, and then he realized that I was a drummer also. So he was on stage. That's how we ended up coming to America. I live in America for 41 years, and that's how we ended up coming to America. Stevie Wonder bought back the band, Happiness Unlimited.
Okay, so that's how you got to emigrate to New York, I think, originally. Yeah.
I then moved from there because we had problems with the lead singer. Because it was his job. He's the big man, and then I come from out of nowhere, and then I'm the man that everybody is paying attention to. So we went to California, spent a few months there, trying to get something done, but nothing happened. And so I decided I'm not going to go back to Jamaica. And I already had a family in Detroit, Michigan, so I just went to Detroit, chill out there in Detroit, and that's where when I met Leroy Sibbles. He came here to do a show, and I was a drummer with the band. And he said, "Yo, I like this, you're a good drummer, man. We need people like you up in Canada." And when I thought about it one time, then I packed up my drum set in the trunk of my car and drive across the border.
Okay.
That's another story. Yeah. I went up there, and we put this band together. A whole bunch of artists coming into town. We put this band together called the Hit Squad. Myself, Bernie Peters, and Gary Lowe. He passed. He was a wicked bass player too. He was a bass player in Leroy Sibbles' band. So put this band and Tony Campbell. We put this band together, 4-piece, and call it the Hit Squad. Everybody came to town. We were playing for them. Sanchez, Capleton, Johnny P. When Buju Banton was a ballin', he come there.
You played on his first tour,
I played for all of them. Lady Saw didn't name Lady Saw at the time. Her name was Marian Hall. She didn't have a record, but she came on tour with them. The singer, the star was Tony Rebel at the time. But back then, that was Tony Rebel. He was the main man. But I played for everybody. So I played for Barry Salmon too. One time on Jack Radix, I played for everybody. I played drums for everybody. Until one time now, this guy named Shined, that entertainer called Shined, a friend of mine named Clinton Road played bass. He called me one time and said, yo, we need a drummer that can travel, you know. Shined want a drummer that can travel. So I ended up taking the job. I went to live in New York. I moved from Toronto. I went to New York. Because Leroy didn't invite me to come to Canada. I was up there for a while. I have a 32-year-old daughter up in Toronto right now.
Right,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so I moved from Toronto to New York, to Brooklyn, New York. And traveling all over, going all over the world now with Shiny, Japan, all across Europe, Austria, all of them places. I've done that already. So now I'm doing it for myself, but I did all of that already. I've been to Japan 5 times. Them long flight, 14 hours flight. But traveling all over the place, and one time now, there's this man have a sound system in New York City called Downbeat. Downbeat the Ruler.
Yep.
And a sound system, and I recorded, I produced a song called Feel the Vibes. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Na na na. Can you feel the vibe? Na 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 na. On that same rhythm that Luciano sing, "Glory be to the Most." That same rhythm. I produced a song and put it out on a 12-inch, and everybody loved it. Radio people start playing it, and then this guy named Bobby Channel One decided. He said, "Yo, give me 2 copies. I want to run it and see how the people like it." Start playing, and I start having to go back to the press to go press some more. So Downbeat said, "Yo, I want a copy of that for my sound. I want a dub off of that tune for my sound. But I'm not going to the regular studio where everybody did. I don't want them to hear my thing. I want to go to the source." So he gave me an address in Brooklyn. So I'm like, "The source? What are you talking about?" Next thing I know, I went to the address he gave me. I saw Music City, New York.
Fulton Street.
You know it. Yeah. So when I got in there and I see this man, I said, then I got to find out that is Clement Dad, Coxsone. So I was in there doing my thing, and after I finished it, he come and said, "Jackson, you sound good, you know, you sound like Jackson there." You know him at that?
Yep.
I very smart talk, you know. He said, "You sound like Jackson there, but you have belly." So I said, "Thank you very much." And then he said, "Jackson, come over and look at that, you know. I want to talk to you." And if he look at that now, and go for a rum buckle and Pepsi and put that drink together, we sit down and talk. He said, "So Jackson, how would you feel about putting some of your lyrics on some of my gems?"
Wow.
I said to him, "Sir D," because that we call him Sir D, you know, say, from your little youth man I come, I spill studio and rhythm and make my tune them offer. And him say, "Yeah, Jackson, I love that, you know." So we end up struck up a friendship and we start meet at evening time. In the evenings and not doing nothing, and go by the studio and check him out and ask him for some rhythm and say, "Jackson, what you know them rhythm?" I say, "Them thing them I grew up on, man." So we ask him for some rhythm, and every time we come, record 2 tunes, 3 tunes, till we have a whole bunch of tunes. And then they say, "Jackson, enough tune we got, we have to put out the album, you know." So we pick some tunes and put it out, and that was my first album called Brother to Brother. Brother to Brother.
Yeah. And what an album that was, because I mean,
my God, they got some. You should hear the next one. Wandering Stranger, that's the one that's kicking down the place. Because it got some bad tune on that one. Check it out. So when we put that out, and then MC Jackson, you know, say, first of all, the very first song we recorded was a song called "Love Knows No Shame." on the Guiding Star rhythm.
Yep.
And put it out there and I sing and say, Jackson, the thing I said, me never hear me say that. I'll don't be mouth up in wine like this. I say, never hear me say that, telling business to nobody. The thing I say like hot bread Jackson. Yeah, man. So, from this ago, me and Mr. Dad strike up a friendship where we signed an agreement. We signed a recording agreement and decided him give me some money and we decided so we're going to start work together. Put out the album and the album burned down everywhere. Everybody started looking for me now. People that I even record songs for before who would never believe in me. All of a sudden, them start come around, start every time they see me, I hand me them cassette tape and them CD. What happened? Work on that one for me, no man. Sometimes some of them me just take them and put them down, cause me know say before them never see it that way there before. You know, see it. But we work out, even some people that I shouldn't have recorded for, I ended up recording some songs for. And a lot of them tried to steal my publishing.
Right, okay.
You know, but I learned the business a certain way where what is mine is going to be mine.
True.
Yeah. And been doing it for a while. Doing all kind of things, traveling all over the place, doing it. And it came into my own now where it got to that point where I have to just learn the business, do the business, do it with a clean heart and don't be envious or grudgeful against anybody. Just keep it clean right in the
right inside
and make sure whatever you do it to the best of your ability.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And that's what I have to tell all the youths and all the people who aspire to become entertainers.
A musician.
Keep it clean.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question then. So on that debut album, which was 20 years after the Joe Gibbs single, you were voicing on some very classic rhythms, things like the tingling rhythm, the I'm Just a Guy. Did you feel any sense of pressure within yourself? Because, you know, those kind of rhythms are things that you can't mess about with. You have to deliver on those rhythms.
Yeah, man, you have to.
Did you feel any pressure though?
No. Them rhythms, I hear different things, and there's a few of them that I hear a different song quite a few times, like I handle. There's 3 songs that I record on the same rhythm. Some people say, how can you hear 3 different melodies? But it's easy.
It's easy. Yeah.
It's very easy. If you put yourself to it, it's easy. Yeah, man.
And you mentioned Tony Screw Downbeat, the ruler.
Yeah.
I have to say, he has got some of the wickedest Glen Washington dub plates
on
some of those. No, seriously. I mean, I think that, you know, the fact that he had access to a lot of their original studio rhythms.
Yeah, because Imam said that
friendship.
Very close, very close, and then he could get the raw studio. He had that access. Not too many people had that access.
No.
And then I recorded 2 albums for Dan One, which is Mr. Dad's brother-in-law.
Yes. Singles like Can't Keep a Good Man Down.
Can't Keep a Good Man Down. But you know that one record with Dan Man though. I went over to the studio to see what's his name again now? It's musician, man. I can't remember his name. He was putting down some tracks, and I said, "Yo, I better be on that one, you know. There's no session on one. A rude boy thing I go on with one." Paul Linton, Computer Paul.
Computer Paul.
He was there working on. I was just joking though. So Dan one wife come in and said, "Dan, oh, you never record Glen Washington yet? You know you ever mash up the place?" Dan said, Dan within psychology now. Oh, you? If me ever, you think me record you? But now I record you. I'm gonna say, yeah, we see. next thing I know, I was on that rhythm, the same rhythm. Can't keep a good man down. That rhythm is sweet. I hear it and right away I got an idea for a song. I can recall through the eyes of my forefathers when we were kings and queens raining in Africa. Some wicked men took us away. Now they refer to us as aliens. But the God that I serve, men better know he is the champion. You can't keep a good man. And that one start killing teeth. Like, I thought you said it now record me. That green off and face, man.
Do you feel that having had the musical background as a drummer, that has assisted you in your singing?
Timing.
Yeah.
I've been that unique timing to be able to deliver.
To deliver, yeah.
Yeah, because I can sing on any rhythm, anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah, and I really love that.
Yeah, and I think over the years, you know, you've voiced on so many rhythms that, you know, recuts of Studio One rhythms and things, and your voice just fits perfectly over all of them. There isn't one that comes to mind where I think that doesn't fit together. It's like your voice is sort of designed for those traditional, the foundation rhythms.
Yep. I love the foundation rhythm. That's a foundation. Can't get me out of the one.
God, no. So after the work with Cox and Dodd, and then you did some work with Don Juan, the big single, you know which one I'm talking about, don't you? The Kindness for Weakness. That's the one that I think
that was with Joe Fraser record. You know what? Right after the Studio One album, he started looking for me. Now hear this. He was a guy that I recorded a song for a long time ago as a youth man, about 17 years old. I recorded a song, there was a song that Jimmy London and this other guy sing a song called Why Won't You Tighten Up, Lady? That was a big song in England I hear one time. And I did a recording of that on Randy's record studio for Lloyd Campbell.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't remember me.
Okay.
He did not remember me. So when he came looking for me now, and I said, "Are you named Spider-Man?" And I say, "Yeah, man. You know me?" I'm gonna say, "Yeah, I record that tune for you before. You never put it out. You not believing on me." And I say, "Which tune that?" I'm gonna start sing, and he say, "Oh, are you?" I say, "Yes, man. I'm the same one you never put out." So he gave me, because the Studio One was the thing that was happening, so he gave me 2 Studio One rhythm. One that alternative sing a song called Jamaica. I can recall all the fun that I had in Jamaica. That rhythm. And I wrote a song on it called Call Me Baby.
Yep.
I know sometimes the way get rough and the struggles in life get tougher than tough. Just call me. Nah, go ahead, something like that, to that effect. And he gave me another alternate, 2 alternates rhythm he gave me. And he gave me one that, I've got so much love to give you. And I wrote a song, many men will try to tell you bad things about me. That's the rhythm I wrote, don't take my kindness for weakness. And that boss of him made bad, but he said, we got to go to Jamaica. So we ended up in Jamaica.
Okay.
And he get this rhythm from, that time he used to smoke weed. I don't smoke no more. I don't smoke, I'm not drink. No more. He got this rhythm from Channel 1. I don't know how they make that rhythm, because that rhythm, it's even not listening, you will go totally off key. The rhythm, they did fade away on. Because this guy is playing the piano way up in the octave, the ding, ding, like almost like half keys, not matching with the bass guitar, because it's supposed to play in the middle of the piano, so you get the embodiment of the piano. And it sounds like he's only playing with one hand. What's his name again? Theophilus Beckford.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the one that played that keyboard. It sounds annoying to me sometimes. But I hear it and I said, the only way we can play that is to smoke some ganja, you know.
So that's how Jack Glory came.
Yeah, Jack Glory. I put the song together. Let's rise and shine and give Jack the glory. I'm saying, no, I don't like how it's sounding now. So this was a Sonic Sound studio.
Right, okay.
I was supposed to record it there. I recorded Kindness for Weakness at Sonic Sound, and they gave me that rhythm when we was in Jamaica, and I said, nah man, I don't like this, man, I will sing this. And one next time again we was at Mixing Lab. And they say, you remember that tune the way you say, you know, I said, you want to try it again, man? I said, I can't smoke some herb. And they said, me no know, you know, that time that the owner of the studio said, nobody enough for smoking in the studio. So I'm going to the bathroom and lock the door and hold a split. By the lock up. Suck it till me I bleed.
Let's just hope Mr. Roy Francis isn't watching this today.
Yeah, man, I'm watching him more. Him indulge tonight too. So, we smoke that and inside feel nice. And I say, yeah man, I'm ready man. One cut, the first cut to go in there. Let's rise and shine and give Jah the glories. His mercy endure it. And the place popped on me. Him say, yeah man, that no want man. One cut, you know, first time. Because I couldn't smoke, sing that song and not smoke. So, we go in the song, we do that, and we did another song. This other one came from, I met this girl, when we were staying at the house, I met this girl in the supermarket. We went to go buy food, me and Lloyd. Went to go buy food in the supermarket. I met this girl that lived up on the hill up in the Red Hills. And she took me home with her. I was staying over her house. I'm kneeling in her bed asleep and somebody come at the window. The window come at me, hear a girl say, I would have better here. A foreigner, he married. Yo, let me meet him now. So I just got up and wrote a song right away. She's asking friends about me. She wants to know if I'm single and free. Now that she realized that I am just the size she wanna get next to me. That album was the title for that album. Get Next to Me.
Yes.
With all of them songs on it. That was the title song. Then we record If Loving You Is Wrong. Record another cover song by Eddie Floyd. Hey little girl, where you been so long? Well, I'm singing a reggae version of them song. People love them songs. They won't go to Jamaica, I'm have to sing them songs.
Stranger in the Night.
Strangers in the Night was another album.
Yeah.
Strangers in the Night was the title to another album. The following album from that one, Strangers in the Night.
I mean, over the years, you've worked with so many producers.
Strangers in the Night, it wasn't the title. It was a song on the album called Number One Girl. Number One Girl. Yeah.
Over the years, you've worked with so many different producers. Obviously, you've got the producers in America and people like Philip Smart, Jah Life.
The album that Philip Smart put out was something that was rushed.
Okay.
I recorded a couple songs for Philip Smart, and I had recorded some songs for Stingray.
Yes, I was going to say Dilly.
They came to Florida to record some song. I don't know what kind of relationship they had with Philip Smart, but they gave Philip Smart some of my songs, and they put an album together, and Bobby Digital put it out. I was very upset about that, but that's water under the bridge. Yeah.
And then you've also got works with people at iReact Records in France.
Yeah, iReact Records. We did some work together. But they wanted too much out of me for what they paying for. Now I'm being honest, and the people should be honest.
Yes.
They're trying to get all of this out of me, and want a 5-year contract out of me for. I'm not. No way. No. Longest I signed a contract for is 3 years. Don't then they get no 5-year contract out of me like that. Unless you plan to give me a few $1 million. Nah, man.
But when you sit here, when we're sort of like talking about, you know, what I'm going to call the good old days, do you sort of feel as though, you know, you've accomplished what you set out to do when you started out as a youth?
Yeah, I think I have, and I will continue to make. You know what? I'm very critical of myself. I criticize myself a lot. Like some people who just put something out there and then just to have something out there. I don't want to put something out there just to have something out there, and just to say that I want it to be. I want whatever I'm doing to be different. I want it to touch somebody and reach somebody, make it different for somebody. So I try to look at things and like I put myself in a consumer frame of mind. Like, if I'm a consumer, would I buy this? And if it's a yes, then I go with it. Yeah, but get off of me. If it's a yes, then I go with it. But definitely, I would not I would not just put a song out there.
No, I think the thing that we've become used to now as music fans is that when Glenn Washington puts out, whether it's a single, an EP, an album, the quality control is up there.
Yeah, it have to be.
And that's pretty much in line with what you're saying.
It have to make sense.
Has to be clean, has to be positive.
Clean. We don't do no derogatory music. No underneath or nothing that you have to bleep.
Yes.
No. Anybody can hear my song. I see them playing Rise and Shine in a church. There's another song that I hear them playing in the church too. Let the multitude stand and praise Him. Glory be to His name. Yeah. That song is on boom, 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 boom. Well, what's the name of that song? That was the original song that was on that, and dum 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 dum. I wish it would rain. Oh, I wish that it would rain. That's the song that's on that rhythm.
On that rhythm.
Let the multitude stand and praise Him. Glory be to His name. Yeah. I believe in the God of my Father. His truth endureth me. My Savior, the mighty Creator. He has blessed me for the world to see, protecting me from all dangers. He gave me my liberty, my friend when I was a stranger, with peace and comfort. There were times in my life when things just couldn't get harder. So many times I've cried. My cup was full and run it over. Then just send His love. So lift up your voice and praise His holy name. Now man, sing songs about praising God and all them things there. There's something there. Nah, change. No. No matter what them want to talk about, I don't care about how them want to trap people or whatever trap them want set. But they are suffering to sing to the glory of the Almighty.
True.
And bless up the people them.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. Over all these years, what's the one thing that's motivated you to keep going?
One thing that motivates me, there's more than one thing that motivates me to keep going. To make sure that the people are satisfied. That's one of the main things. And keeping it clean, keeping it nice and decent, and making sure that I hold my head up high and stay respected. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Because I mean, you know, the Rockers single to the Studio One, that was a period of around about 20 years where you've just shared today with everyone what you were doing in terms of being a musician, drumming with Shine.
I used to be in the studio before Rockers came about. I used to be in the studio every day. I was a little youth, and they sent me to the store because I want to be in the studio. And for you to be in the studio, you have to make yourself useful. Yeah. So we want to buy this, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to bring that, come back, and I'm underneath the console, because I was a youth man then. I'm laying underneath the console. What's his name? Errol T. All of them in a Joe Gibbs studio. One day they come up, they say they want a tune. They come up with a tune, Joe Fraser rhythm, they want a tune, and everybody come try this and try that. And they came up with the idea. Rockers and the crackers, rockers are heavy music on ya. Rockers and the crackers, rockers are heavy music out there. Cities and country towns, it's everywhere. Because I'm not no fool.
That was a really big song in the UK though, wasn't it?
I heard that when I went to the UK, and the first time, and someone said, "Sing Rockers." Yeah, Rockers. I was a kid then. What? You didn't know?
Wow.
They said, I didn't know. I really didn't know that it was a big song, because them producers don't tell you nothing. They don't tell you nothing. But them time they just go out and make their deal, license out this to that and that to that. Right now we are probably with Trojan record.
In the UK?
It's happening. Big things happening right now. We can't talk about it too much because a whole pile of things gonna start happening, and they might start looking for me, but I don't care. Real. Chosen was taken over by some other company.
Sanctuary.
Yeah. Sanctuary was taken over by somebody else. Yeah. we have a problem with I don't really want to talk about too much of them things.
No.
Yeah, but somebody gonna pay me some money, serious money.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope that whatever needs to be done happens for yourself and any other artists that are involved.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You have some people plagiarizing my songs right now. You know, in England, you have some people that put out 3 albums with me. I don't even have no business with them. Because the people that took over Jetstar,
yes,
they don't have no business with me. But they're putting out they put out 3 albums with my songs. And I know it's a big problem coming.
So after you finish the tour in Europe, is it back to Florida, back to the studio?
Yeah, well, I'm always in the studio. Back to Florida, we have other shows, different places, different countries. We have to the islands. We have quite a few shows in the islands coming up, and then I don't know. We have a bunch of works
coming. Yeah, and it's been a few years now since we saw you touch into England.
Yeah. Well, we was there. One time they told me that I hear that you can't come in England. Promoters was telling each other you can't come. So we did a tour just to prove to them that that's not so. They said, so he's a rude boy, I'm getting in trouble with carrying firearm and everything there, but then they said, you can't come in here. We just went to England to prove that. So we did a little promotional tour to prove that that's not so. And the officer that sent me through said, you have to be very careful of who you get to do your visa. And I was like, oh, I'm on to something here. He gave us, he said, be careful of who do your visas, because the people not good for you. So when we come to England again, we definitely going to come proper. Yeah.
Well, we're definitely going to look forward to that because it's long overdue. Yeah.
I can't wait.
We can't wait either.
I can't wait.
Well, look, I want to give thanks to you for spending some time with us, Reggae Interviews today, just sharing some of your back history and story of how you got to where you are. There's loads more, but we're going to save that for a part 2. Give thanks for your time today, Mr. Washington.
Enough respect. It's a pleasure.
Enough respect.
Reggae Interviews. Word Sound Power.